Hello, welcome back to another episode of The Wrap. My name's Will.
And I'm Scout.
And today we had the pleasure of interviewing a couple of our new incoming faculty members, starting off with acting teacher Nikki Ferry.
Yes. And the next video, so that's in this video. The next video is going to be us interviewing Josh Young. Make sure to watch both because they both have great things to say, and we're really excited that they'll both be joining the Bear family.
Yeah, and you'll notice that it's a little bit different from the regular video. So
this was totally on purpose.
Yeah, totally super on purpose that we totally purposefully lost the video files for this, and we're just left with the audio. So enjoy a little rap podcast.
Yeah, it'll be very good listening training because, you know, being an actor, it's important to listen to your other. So this will just give you guys a little listening exercise.
Yeah.
Check it out. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of The Wrap with Will and Scout. Today we are joined by a very special guest, two guests. Our first one is Nikki Ferry, who is our new one of our new acting faculty members. So we're very excited to interview her. Thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, so what would you describe your teaching style as?
That's a great question. I would describe my teaching style. One of my favorite quotes from Michael Chekhov is, "There is no art without joy." And I firmly believe that the biggest thing that defines me as a teacher is joy and ease. That I really work with my students in having joy and ease in their performances, but not only that, in all of the process-based work that we do in class.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Do you have like a favorite project you've worked on?
Currently, I am finishing teaching at Northern Kentucky University and Miami University of Ohio. Favorite project I've got to work on recently, I got to intimacy direct. It was my first project intimacy directing Violet, which is a very beautiful musical. And I really enjoyed working with the actors on that. It was just a very vulnerable and beautiful piece of theater, and getting to work with them on that. And the favorite theatrical thing that I got to perform in, I got to play Queen Elizabeth I in an outdoor drama. And I was wearing literally the costume cost $45,000. It was a brand new build. And it was, I know, right? When they told me that, I was like, but I'm performing on sand and it's going to get dirty on the bottom. But I love classical theater. My background, my master's degree has a classical theater emphasis. So I loved wearing, I got to wear the corset, the farthingale and everything. And so that was like, for me, that, I got to walk out every day to applause, not because of me, but because of the costume. And I was like, all right, that was a really fun project to work on.
That's super cool.
Yeah, so I read that you studied some theater in Moscow.
I did. I love talking about this. I was actually just talking to a friend. We were talking about a big fan of Anton Chekhov and Michael Chekhov, and I was just talking to a friend about my trip to Moscow. I went as part of my graduate school. We had a connection with the Moscow Art Theater School, Mahat, and I got to go for a month in June in 2003. I'm dating myself a little bit. It was amazing because what it made me realize is our aesthetic sometimes in American theater is not as physical, and they train their actors in everything. They train them in circus, they train them in biomechanics, they train them in all these different types of very physically embodied work. And then when I would go see plays, I read all of Chekhov's major works. So I don't speak Russian, but going to see them in Russian, physically you knew exactly what the story was because it was just so precise.
So you said you're an intimacy director?
So in 2020, literally right before, like in February of 2020, I started my training before I was living in New York before the shutdown. And I think what was important to me is it's a new field. Another dear friend of mine is an intimacy director, and I was seeing like the work that they were doing, but I also was finding that it was supporting actors in a very vulnerable and intimate moments on stage. And I remembered, being in a play and being like, oh, there's a kiss. Okay, go figure that out and bring it back. And it's like, well, that shouldn't be how it works. So that's what kind of led me into training, and I'm still training in it, but it's led me, Northern Kentucky University's offered me so many opportunities of working with our students.
Yeah, kind of moving on from your accomplishments into the future. What are you most excited, or what are you looking forward to the most about teaching here at Missouri State?
Well, what brought me to Missouri State is a couple things. My friend Geo Jones graduated from your program, and I knew how highly he spoke of the program. And he's a large part of why when the job came open, I looked into it. But what I'm really looking for about teaching is you have a very vibrant program that reminds me so much of my undergrad experience. And I love that it's a conservatory style approach in a liberal arts education because I think it's so important not to only take your theater classes, but I know we don't think that we're ever going to use general education. You will as an actor, and you will as a human being through life, right? But what another thing that like really I'm excited about is that you have your certificate program and on camera. I don't see that very often. I think that's so special. And then the opportunity for you all to work with people through the tent theater who I had some friends from New York that came out to work there. So I think it's just I'm really excited to maybe work and support the tent theater as well. So but I'm just really excited to really support the students and offering them other pathways. You know, we all have different ways of approaching acting, but I'm really looking to help the students find a large actor toolbox that they can take tools out that they need. And I'm excited about joining you all.
This is kind of an off the wall question.
I love them. Bring them on.
I'm scared.
It's okay if you don't have an answer, but Springfield is unique in that it has some different food and some things that aren't quite everywhere. Is there a specific thing in Springfield that you're looking forward to?
I've been doing my research because I'm moving there. I know that cashew chicken's from there. I'm like, I don't know.
Yes. I've never had it. I haven't had it yet.
I'm really looking for I know it's not Springfield, but I'm really looking forward to some really good Kansas City barbecue at some points. But when I was doing my research, I was really interested in, I was lucky to go enough. I went to Amsterdam a couple years ago, and Dutch food is like not the most like interesting food, but the fact that you have a Dutch restaurant, I was like, oh, that is really cool. And I'm really looking for Cafe Van Gogh. I looked it up, and I'm like,
yes, I have been there. Very good. I'm
really excited about trying that. But one thing that's also I'm like really excited about, not food necessarily. One thing about living in New York, I loved, I miss being in the great outdoors. And I live in Northern Kentucky right now. We do. But I already got some tour books for the Ozarks. Like I'm really looking forward to getting back out into nature and doing some driving, sightseeing, and like hiking. So that is something I'm super excited about. But I don't know what other culinary delights Springfield has to offer. Do you have any suggestions?
Ooh, yeah.
You asked the right person.
You have to try pineapple whip.
Pineapple whip.
Yeah. Have you been to Disney World?
When I was like
7.
It was a long time ago.
Dole Whip is like a huge thing there. I feel like it's kind of similar.
Pineapple whip, okay.
It's like pineapple frozen yogurt, kind of, I would say.
Ooh, that sounds fascinating.
It's like the thing to get here.
Yeah, we have all these little trucks they're all around Springfield. And then Route 66, of course.
And the world's first drive-through. Yeah. World's first drive-throughs here. So
you see, those are the things I like those kind of, interesting sightseeing things. All right, well, I'll let you go. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, it was nice to meet you.
Of course.
Take care. Yeah. And I will definitely see you all very soon.
Yes. Go Bears.
Go Bears.
Thank you for welcoming me to the Bear family. I'm excited. I have like one shirt, but I'm definitely getting a sweatshirt when I'm out there.
Yes, you got to go to the bookstore.
Yeah.
Definitely. Take care. Have a great graduation and a great summer.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
This one's really small.
Do it.
Oh! Come on. We're gonna. Okay, can he get 2 in a row though? Can he get 2 in a row? Okay, 3 for 3. 3 for 3. Oh, wait, let's see if he can get the mega cluster. This video is brought to you by Nerd Clusters from the Craig Hall vending machine. That was such like a commercial sounding like.
From the Craig Hall vending machine.
No, the sound made. Okay, ready?
This is not hard.
Okay, last one. I'll try to do it.
There's so much.
I don't want this giant one. I've already had too many. Hold this, please. Okay, ready? Step aside. Step aside. I need my space. Prepare. Oh! I really hope that caught on camera. Okay, that's enough.